And just like that, we back. I know y'all been waiting. Well, hopefully y'all been waiting. Get so many comments on this Breaking It Down series, and that's what you got today. This Life Ain't For Everybody podcast, the Breaking It Down series with yours truly, Chad Belding, and my homeboy, Alex Crosby. What's up, Aldo?
What's happening?
What's shaking? Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you, of course, by Jack Daniels. I got to tell you this, dude. You were here last night. I got my shipment of Winter Jack in. What a great name, huh? Winter Jack. It's like a cider. It's only 30 proof, 15% alcohol. But you mix it with a little Jack 7 on ice, bro. Don't need a lot. I always tell people you don't need a lot of Jack. Don't need to overdo it. But I'm telling you, tasty. You tasted it, I think.
I did. It was good.
It was good, huh?
What were those other things you had, though?
The other things, the new ones, the bottles?
Yeah.
Jack 10 year. They got me the Jack 10. Stuff's almost impossible to find.
It was a cool bottle.
Whiskey's like a weird commodity, man. People go nuts for it.
Oh, my God.
You know, they like as soon as like the allocations are made, you know, it's kind of like that. There's some whiskeys out there that are so expensive online because it's all about the allocation. It doesn't mean that they're a better whiskey. Jack Daniels is so sought after when they come out with these runs and these barrels, these limited edition barrels, or like they got a new one called Coy Hill. That's the highest proof they've ever done at like 147 proof. They got that 10 year that they just put out. You know, Jack's usually 4 to 7 years, depending on Jack 7, Gentleman, and Single Barrel. It's a 10 year, it's been aged, and people are going nuts about it. It's hard to find. And I got my hands on 3 bottles of it, and I'm putting it in the safe. And
You're not going to drink one of them?
I have a fourth one that I'm opening. I'm going to sip on one.
Not on a weekday, though.
But yeah, Jack Daniels, they're just, people want to argue with me like, no, it's not the best. I'm like, hands down, there's nothing that compares. It's so tasty. It's so classy. It's so historic. It's got the culture wrapped around. I'm not saying that the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky is not rad. I'm not saying there's not other good whiskeys out there, but the best is Jack Daniels.
Of the 3, which is your favorite?
Ooh, I would say that my all-time favorite Jack Daniels I've ever drank is barrel proof, especially the bottle I shared with Kevin Barrelman Sanders. He gave me a couple pulls off of his barrel proof, and he says the best mixer for Jack Daniels is Conversation, Conversation and Company. So it's just that one, that barrel proof, single barrel proof, which is like 135, 140 proof. Wow. It's up there. You don't need a lot. But I don't know. My favorite out of the ones that aren't kind of on that level is probably Gentleman Jack. I love Gentleman. I love sipping on a big round ice cube with the single barrel too. Frank Sinatra, the Sinatra's amazing. The 27 is amazing. I mean, there's a lot. Jack's just awesome, dude.
Yeah. The old number awesome. 7 for like if you're gonna have a couple, you know, at a concert or something like that, with a Coke, Diet Coke, ginger ale. It's tough to beat.
Ginger ale and Jack and ginger's good. Jack and Coke is the best of all time.
It is, yeah. I mean,
it's amazing.
Jack and Coke.
I even had a sip of Jack and Dr. Pepper in Wisconsin, and it was pretty freaking good.
I like Dr. Pepper. I've never had it with Jack, but I bet it's good.
Dude, Jack, the Tennessee Fire with sugar-free Dr. Pepper, lights out.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit. You don't need a lot, but I'm talking about like if you want to splurge and have something sweet. I like a little shot of honey after dinner, you know, like right before I go to bed. I like that sweetness to hold me over the night. I love all of that, dude. Freaking love it. Before we get into today's topic about breaking it down, we got to talk about our next sponsor, our next partner. This one has been with us. I hold it close to my heart because I love the Link family. I love Jack Links. The reason I love Jack Links is because the quality. All right? It's everywhere. It's kind of like that. Feel me on this. Hear me out on this, Aldo. Oh, I make better salsa than you can buy in the stores. Really? Do you really? Do you really? No. I'm not saying there's not terrible salsas that have made it worldwide, but there's a reason why things get popular. Mm-hmm. Because people like them. Okay? I'm not saying that it's almost like, well, I can make my own homemade ketchup. Well, no shit you can, but it ain't freaking Heinz.
Right. Don't taste as good.
It isn't Heinz ketchup. If I go into a restaurant and I don't see Heinz, I don't take the restaurant serious. I don't very often. And they got to be in Heinz. If it's Hunt's in there, I'm like, ugh.
Catsup?
Yeah, like I got to have the Heinz. But with jerky, there's a lot of jerky brands out there. There's a lot of competition in this space, and nothing touches the taste, the quality, the consistency in cuts. You know how when you're eating jerky or sunflower seeds and you get that bad one, that black, like 3, 4, or 5 times in a bag of seeds, and sometimes you get gristle or some fat. You don't get that with Jack Links.
No.
They just do such a great job of eliminating, and not cutting corners that it's the highest quality, best brand of jerky and beef high protein snacks are. You've had the Cold Craft, the refrigerated snacks. Are they amazing?
They're the best. But I'll tell you, man, we were sheep hunting down in Vegas, and the double pack, it's got 2 strips of jerky in it, and you can get peppered or
the long ones.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh.
Dude,
it like we bought it the first day, and then everyone in the truck every morning in the gas station getting coffee, everyone got the
game changer.
Dude, every day.
I love that cut. It like melts in your mouth.
It's the most tender, like.
But isn't it? I was just gonna say it. Isn't it make you kind of go like, my teeth are going into this way too easy.
No,
like it's so good. It's so fun to bite into.
And why am I eating jerky at 9:30 in the morning? Because it's like after that first day, I'm like, dude, I'm eating the jerky. I know
it's healthy, right? And it's so good every time. I love so much of their stuff. I love the jalapeno. I love the peppered. Peppered's probably consistently my favorite.
That's what I got every day.
I love sweet and hot. I love a lot of their flavors.
That habanero one's that'll get you every couple of pieces a little too spicy.
Yeah, but there's so many good cuts. Those little protein sticks now. You can get the habanero, sweet chili. You can get the chicken sticks. You can get the beef sticks and teriyaki or peppered, or I mean the original. Freaking amazing.
The sausage and cheese curds the best cold snack. Hands down.
Oh, I could eat them every day.
I like the flats that you can make into a sandwich real easy, or just eat them.
The linkages.
But dude, I'm telling you that one with those cheese curds and the sausage bites.
Well, they're out of Wisconsin. That's where Jack Links is from. That's where curds are popular, and that's where the company originated.
Dude, I don't know how you beat that.
You can't. I got some in the fridge right now.
It's kind of lame. I shouldn't have said the word lame, but we don't get all their snacks. You know what I mean? Like if you go to the gas station, they don't have all those snacks that you get here on a different level. But I'm saying like they must not distribute, because you can't go buy those cheese curds and sausage snacks in town here. Nobody has them.
Can. Oh yeah, right here on the Chevron right here.
Can you really?
Oh yeah.
I've never seen them in the store like that.
Casey's all over the Midwest has them, but out here, what's the one we have out here? The newer one that's got the
Maverick.
Maverick's got them.
Oh, do they? I don't go into Maverick.
Tons of truck stop. Every truck stop's got the cold snacks. Oh yeah,
because I've seen the cold snacks. I've seen
they use
the
a lot of them.
Stuff.
I get the curds all the time when I'm on the road.
Well, that's on the road. I'm saying here in town.
Well, in here too, I've had them. Like you go to Sierra Sid's, Alamo.
Oh, maybe those kind of places.
They got them.
Huh?
The reason I'm bringing up Jack Links though is because of this. I sent you this. How badass is this? The first annual Jack Links Cup.
Are you going to shoot it?
Hosted by Quail Creek Sporting Ranch in Florida, which is an insane property if you love the shooting sports. I want to shoot in it, but you know what? I was talking to Troy. I'm like, hey, you want me to come down there and win this thing? And he started laughing out loud, spit out his Cold Craft. I'm like, I'll come down there and smoke you, Troy. But February 15th through the 20th, 2022, in Okeechobee, Florida, Quail Creek Sporting Ranch, the Jack Links Cup, the first annual Jack Links Cup with, get this, Crosbo, $150,000 in total prize money guaranteed.
That's nuts.
I'm going to win this. $15,000 to HOA. HOA stands not for Homeowners Association in this case, Crosbo. This is highest overall. The runner-up is going to get $10,000. But $150,000 in total prize money guaranteed. You can register online right now at www.scorechaser.com. That's www.score, S-C-O-R-E, chaser, C-H-A-S-E-R.com, www.scorechaser.com. We welcome our veterans, juniors, and ladies with special payouts for these concurrent classes: sub-junior, junior, veteran, super veteran, senior super veteran, and lady. So get registered, y'all. Get ready for the first annual Jack Links Cup, February 15th through the 20th, 2022, hosted by and at the Quail Creek Sporting Ranch in Okeechobee, Florida. Thank you, Jack Links, for believing in the culture of the American outdoorsman, the international outdoorsman, the American international shooter, Second Amendment believers. Thank you for believing in this and putting on such an unbelievable event. Get your over-unders, get your ethos, get your Benelli, get your gun of choice and go out and test your skills against the best in the world. $150,000 in total prize money guaranteed. Crosby, I got to go to this.
I think you should.
I mean, I could shoot, dude. I think I can until I get out there against people that can really shoot.
I was going to say, do you think these are the guys that have like the
my problem is,
they got
the glasses.
They're going at it on this thing.
They got the Perazzis and the freaking Craigoffs.
9-foot long shotgun. They basically just hit the barrel on the clay and it knocks it over.
You know who I just hunted with that should enter this? You saw me hunting with this man. He's been practicing his shooting a lot. He's been taught by Blake Famey down there at Martinez Duck Club in Martinez, California in the East Bay.
Are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
Who did you see me hunting with? One of the
Ricky Henderson, dude.
Did you see that?
Oh my God.
Ricky Henderson, the best leadoff hitter of all time.
Do you remember that poster he had back when we were?
Yeah. I bet you I still got it somewhere.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm the greatest when he stood up and took the base out.
Was it second base?
I played that with him at lunch. I'm like, and he just started giggling, dude. I got a whole video on here where I imitate his stance, and he's just rolling. I'm imitating his hop after he hits a bomb. Remember how it's cocky?
Oh, yeah.
I said you had the cockiest hop in baseball history after you hit a bomb. He would grab his shirt and flick it like that. And
well, what about when you said how many times did you steal third base or whatever? How many triples did you hit? And he said,
goes, I
always stopped at second so I could steal third.
He goes,
that was
not
freaking
that many.
hilarious.
Hey, I go, how many triples you hit in your career? He goes, not that many.
Was he fun to hang out with? Genuinely?
Oh my gosh, dude. So chill. Just so nice and just loves. He's addicted to shotgunning. He would do good in this Jack Link's Cup.
How long's he been hunting for?
That was his first hunt of all time.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
He texted me 3 times since saying, when are we going again? When are we going again?
How did he get involved? How did he get started or whatever?
Shooting with Blake Famey at the Martinez Duck Club. Shooting gun club, shooting clays. And then Blake's a big hunter, big member of hosts a lot of California waterfowl CWA events at his gun club. And Ricky's there. I mean, several baseball players there. I'm not going to name drop, but several major leaguers from the teams in that area that shoot there.
Really?
Yeah, legend baseball players, current baseball players, veterans. I mean, a lot of them shoot there. Ricky being one of them. And Ricky filmed with us, and it was so...
Did you call him out for a single?
Huh?
Did you ever call him out for a single?
I called him out on a foot race 5 times, and he wouldn't race me.
Really?
Yeah. In the decoys, with street shoes on pavement, on gravel. He wanted nothing to do with it. Not that he wouldn't blow me away, but he's like, I ain't running. Why would I run?
Yeah, I already did all that.
But I wanted to say, because I raced Deion Sanders at UNLV, I wanted to tell everybody that I raced the Ricky Henderson, the greatest hitter of all time, or greatest leadoff hitter of all time, holds the major league record for stolen bases in a career, stolen bases in a season, 130 in 1980 or 1981. It'll never be done again. And then, I don't know how many Silver Slugger Awards and All-Stars, first ballot Hall of Famer, I don't know how many All-Star games, but the best, dude.
Did he know George?
Oh, yeah, he knows George.
Was he a character like that?
Yeah, I mean, Ricky Henderson, remember his batting gloves and Mizuno and everything that he used to
don't
do?
you think...
he's kind of who Willie Mays Hayes was.
I was going to say, Willie Mays Hayes is pretty much, whatever, spun off of him.
But Ricky's story is incredible. Ricky's story of how he got into baseball and how it all happened is pretty freaking special. So Jack Links, thank you. We need to talk to Ricky. We should call him right now and be like, hey, you need to go shoot in this deal and get him down there. But he's addicted to hunting now, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Addicted. Today's topic of breaking it down, since we're in December, I've been having some pretty heated conversations over this topic because it pisses me off when people don't get things the way I get them. I don't want to be a know-it-all, but I know for a fact that Christmas Vacation is the best Christmas movie made.
No doubt about it.
People have been trying to tell me, like Jennifer told me Elf is. I watched Elf last night.
No.
I giggled twice. Now, I'm not saying it's not a feel-good movie, but it ain't no freaking shitter's fool.
Oh,
and, dude, Cody Jinks was wearing his shirt the other day. It said, "You serious, Clark?" with a question mark.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude. Cody Jinks was wearing that. He was like taking a Christmas picture with like these Santa hats on with his crew and his band, and he's wearing a gray shirt that says, "You serious, Clark?"
There's a whole house somewhere. I think it's in Chicago, and it's
where the Griswolds were filmed, right?
Yeah, and it's decorated exactly like the movie set. Like it's got the RV out front with Cousin Eddie friggin' holding the sewer sign. It's got the cop car. It's got all the lights on the house and everything, dude. It's hilarious. No, here's what's funny and sad at the same time. I didn't take as in paid for, but I convinced Jillian's whole family to go to private theater last summer winter during COVID, when you could rent the whole theater, for like $100. And there's all these titles in Christmas Vacation. I was like, Christmas Vacation's no brainer.
Were they all holiday movies?
No, you could have seen other stuff, but there was a few holidays. But I was like the only one laughing, and I'm like, do you guys not get this? Or
you were the only one laughing?
Yeah,
dude. The first scene is when she goes. She'll have to see it later, Clark. Her eyes are froze shut.
The whole thing that when he goes under the truck and everything.
It's so Griswold. Dude. There's only one scene in the movie that I would take out, and I say it every time. If you can get this, I'm gonna give you $100. Let's see if we agree on this. There's one scene I take out of that movie that just does not fit the movie at all. Part of it does. Part of this scene is funny that comes back into play a few minutes after the original scene that I'm discussing right now takes place.
Oh, yeah. You don't like the sledding.
Oh, yeah, I told you before. Do I have to give you $100 on that?
No, because I didn't know
I think the sledding is too much. The Walmart parking lot, but that later on
when he picks it up and Eddie's looking at
it, it's all burnt out. That's funny,
dude. The part when he's loading the 40-pound bags of dog food in.
I know we haven't got there yet because we just said Walmart. But do you agree that that's too much? The sledding scene with Clark going down the hill. It's almost like it's far-fetched. It's too far-fetched.
But I do like the dialogue when he says, if I were to dent that, then my part just ain't gonna look right. Freaking
Cousin Eddie has some good verbal.
Yeah.
I'm talking,
the whole when he's ripping through everything.
It probably could have been cut shorter. I don't know. But the Walmart scene that you're talking about, they walk in. Sorry, they walk in, and the cart's pretty much empty, and he puts the bag of Olroy, which is the Walmart brand, down. Then he gets 2 bags of Purina with the red and white
big
checkers.
Bags too, yeah.
The big bags. And then 10 feet later, he puts 2 more big bags of Old Roy on top of the Purina bags for that dog that he tells Clark it's best just to let him finish.
He's got a little Mississippi Leghound in him.
How could you not laugh?
Oh, my God.
The moose cups? Moose cups that they're filling up with eggnog?
I have one at home.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to buy them. They're $29 for 2.
I got one, I think, for like $29. I just bought one just for... I always use it on Christmas Eve. Freaking love it.
I don't want to get off of this because there's so much good to come out of Christmas Vacation. And you have to watch it every year. Okay.
Many times usually.
Die Hard is on that list for people of a good Christmas movie. Die Hard's a good movie, but it's not really spirit, right? It's not in the Christmas spirit, in my opinion.
And I haven't seen it in years, which shows you it's not that great.
Elf? Do you like Elf?
It's okay.
Christmas Story.
Love it.
Love it, but it's not on the level of...
It's like that's like a kid's movie.
And have you seen Christmas with the Cranks?
Yes. I don't remember it, so it couldn't have been that good.
See, I heard the other day that it's funny and that I need to watch it, so I'm doing it tonight. Now, have you seen Bad Moms Christmas?
No.
This is a funny movie, but it's nasty. You cannot have a kid anywhere near it.
Well,
you can have a kid watch Christmas Vacation and Elf.
Oh,
there are some F words. There are some cuss words when Clark loses it at the end of. And there's some like, where do you think you're going to put a tree that big?
Yeah, bend over and I'll show you. Dad, it's never going to fit in our yard. It's not going in our yard. It's going in the living room.
A lot of sap. A lot of sap.
Don't you see that? You see the one chick's cans too, right? When she comes out of the pool, or does he stop her short?
No, he stops her short.
Yeah. I was thinking of Fast Times.
But you see her hip line right here. See, those are the ones I'm wearing right now. See? No line.
You see that, Russ? You can't see the line. It's the best movie ever.
He goes, that's mine. She goes, 'tis the season to be merry. Oh, that's my name. No shit.
Well, not in the sense that you think I have a log.
I mean, that is just classic Chevy Chase humor. Like, there's nobody better, in my opinion. Vince Vaughn's there for current actors.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell has some funny stuff, but he overdoes it, in my opinion. But you take Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, and Steve Martin.
Oh, yeah.
The way that those guys could improv and the way that they could get the audience to get into what they're doing. Like, that scene with that lady, Chevy Chase is like, sells it for literally like 4 minutes. He has like how many different jokes in that line, and he's just popping them off, and they're all funny. And 30 years after the movie's made, you're still laughing. It's a little bit nipply out. Not nipply, it's like you're still laughing at that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a great comedic actor to be able to pull that off when a lot of humor is so generic in movies to me. There's so much terrible humor, in my opinion, in quote unquote comedy movies, right? There's nothing that compares to Fletch and the Vacation Part 1. Oh my God, dude. I mean, that movie was absolutely hilarious. So for you to say that your family and in-laws was not laughing at Christmas Vacation, that's maybe they were just laughing. Did they have a mask on that you couldn't hear them?
No. I don't know. Maybe I forced them into watching something. Maybe they'd seen it a bunch, and I watch that movie every year.
Have you watched it this year?
I haven't yet.
What? Dude, you're coming down to the wire.
Oh, dude, no way. It's only the 15th. I always watch Christmas Story on Christmas Day.
I've already got one in. I'm watching Cranks tonight.
Do you watch? I was thinking Home Alone. Is that on your list?
That's another one that we were going to bring up. Is I don't know about the New York one, but the original.
The original
is freaking hilarious.
I like it too.
Joe Pesci.
Oh man,
Hammer.
The Wet Bandits.
Hammer and
apparently they have a new one.
They have a new Home Alone.
Yeah,
or like newer that's like didn't go to theaters or something.
Yeah, nothing's going to theaters anymore, right? It's right to
some
streaming.
Of the new movies coming out are only exclusively in theaters.
That's what I think. Nothing beats going to a theater, and I know that we're going to go off on a tangent. I know, but I love it, dude. We used to go once a week. The last movie I saw in a theater was It, the new It, probably 2 or 3 years ago with Stephen King. I went and saw it like an idiot. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. And right before that, the one I saw right before that was Tarantino's new movie. A Day in the Life of Hollywood, or A Day. I haven't seen that. Is it good?
Dude, it's so good. I saw it three times. But you have to watch Tarantino movies multiple times. Pulp Fiction I had to watch like 10 times to get it all.
I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the theaters. That was
the newer one?
Yeah, like newer 10 years ago or however long ago it was, but yeah, that wasn't a good. That was, I mean, it was good, but it was to see all that gnarly on the big screen was, it screwed me up a little bit. I like going to the theater though. I thought didn't you and I go see one of the Fast and Furious when we were stuck in some little town or something like that?
Not me. I've never seen one.
Huh. I remember I went to a theater somewhere. I was stuck somewhere, but
I went to the theater in Oklahoma on a rain-out day of duck and goose hunting 2 or 3 years ago and watched The Mule, Clint Eastwood, and I literally was ready to walk out of it. Now, I love Clint, and I loved, what was the one that he did right before that when he's in the neighborhood?
Oh, yeah, I love that movie.
Come on, dude. Look it up, please.
I just watched it. Go ahead.
I cannot believe I don't know the name of that movie. He should have won every
Gran
award.
Torino.
Yes, Gran Torino. I
didn't even look at that, by the way.
I know you didn't look at it, but he should have won every award for that.
Oh my God, it's the best. I just watched it not that long ago.
It like gives you like chills how good he is.
It's insane.
But the Mule sucked.
I haven't seen it, but I heard that.
You got to watch it. Like my whole description of it was Clint Eastwood had 2 days to make a movie, and he did what he could in 2 days because it sucked. It was predictable. It was generic. It was not good. It was just not good. Were you at Toby Keith this year at the concert when he gave that speech about Clint Eastwood and then played that video of the song he wrote him? He golfs with Clint Eastwood all the time. No. It was so patriotic.
Is Clint Eastwood still alive?
Yeah, he's in his 90s.
Yeah. And he just made a movie not that long ago. That's The Mule you're talking about, I guess, huh? 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, that was The Mule. When he becomes a drug runner. He's an old man. They make him a drug runner, and it's not good. But anyway, Christmas movies. Do you think it is sacrilegious, let's say, for lack of better terms, to watch Christmas Vacation in a month other than December? And have you ever? Because it's that good of a movie to me.
I for sure have. I'll watch it anytime.
But is that is that something that you can't go to sleep at night because you feel guilty now? Because it's almost like it has to be around the holidays.
I think I enjoy it a little bit more around the holidays, but I will watch it anytime. And I definitely watched it probably like 4 months ago.
As festive as Clark was in that movie, overdid the lights. Like you just don't see people do that. It was so hilarious when his wife would be going in and unplugging it and plugging it back in and checking the breaker, and Audrey's like doing this. And
when he hands Russ that big knot, start working on that.
As festive as he is, I mean, the house is decorated. He's got the moose cups for eggnog. Everybody brags about how much they love the holidays. And then you see a movie like that and they like want to kill themselves because the in-laws are around, right? With all the fighting and the bickering and the bitching and all the stuff. My question though, or my comment to you is, how festive do you want to be in your adulthood now? I found myself getting so needy for festive feelings around the Christmas, meaning that I'm on the road a bunch and everything is so rushed and everything is here today, gone tomorrow, right? Like I love the hunt and I love the cooking the meal and I love the campfire and I love the music. And then all of a sudden I'm on to the next spot. Like I want everything to be authentic, right? But it's hard to dig your fingernails into something when you're here today, gone tomorrow. You might be at a camp for 5 days, but that's still not that long. Right. And that's what brings you back, right? Is the anticipation of going back. It's sadness leaving, but it's always the anticipation of getting back. Christmas time, I literally am begging right now for this time to go slow. I want the lights. I want the music. I want the caroling. I want the eggnog. I want the brandy. I want the meals. I want the sugar. I want the cookies. I'm not going to overindulge. But now at this point in my life, that's what I'm finding sanctity in of being festive at Christmas. Now, I'll say in the same breath, I don't give a shit about Thanksgiving. I respect the history of Thanksgiving and the settlers and the Native Americans and everything that came with it. But I'm not so high on Thanksgiving that I won't miss it because I'm guilty. I miss Thanksgiving a lot.
I do
because I'm hunting mallards. You might be hunting elk or sheep or whatever y'all are doing. Clint missed Thanksgiving this year because of elk hunt.
Yeah,
I won't miss Christmas with my family. Never have, never will.
Nah, that's
some people in the hunting industry have because they're hunting in that time of year. I won't miss it. The mallard hunting in the timber of Arkansas can be on. Let's say the split's not going on and it's legal to hunt them. I'm not going to be in Arkansas just because the mallards are in the timber.
Right.
But I will miss Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I don't know if that sits true with you because you're a guy that's like, marriage,
But I love, I'll tell you, I put up lights 2 years ago, but it just, dude, the effort to put them up and then take them down, I was going to do it this year again. I didn't, but I have a Grinch. Like a foam core Grinch that I put on my roof with a spotlight and it looks like he's going in the chimney kind of. I have that up and then I've been listening to Christmas music in my truck and in my house all the time.
That was funny what you said at the Jamie Johnson concert the other night. There was something you said the other night about we were in the car or something and you said put music on. You said put Christmas music on.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty key.
Yeah.
But you said a lot of other shit that people were asking me about the next day.
Oh, I bet.
Do you remember the night at all?
Not a whole lot of it.
Was it one of the funnest nights we've had in a long time?
Oh, my God.
Was Jamie awesome or what?
Dude, so good. It was funny because I got home and I just brushed my teeth and went to bed. And then I woke up the next morning and Jilly was like, so how was it or whatever? And I literally had to say, did I tell you anything about last night? Because I couldn't remember. And I didn't want to tell her all the same stories over again, but oh my God, it was fun.
Wait a minute, though. I got to ask before we go back to you're telling me what you do for Christmas. The picture of you and Jamie, was that a selfie?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ask him? Did he comment on your beard at all? Because he's got a healthy beard.
Oh, no. Yeah. I said.
Do you remember this part?
Yeah. I said, hey, we got to get a selfie since we pretty much have the same beard. And he was like, they're not the same. But then when you look at that picture, they're pretty close.
Yeah,
he just has huge hair.
Are you going to frame it? That's a sick picture, dude.
You think if I print it out, you could mail it to him, have him sign it for me?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, his show is legit.
Are they not the best?
Oh, my God.
2 hours and 20 minutes of just badass country music.
You know what I like the most? And I know we're going on a tangent. We do that from time to time. He's got, 15 people up on stage with him?
He's the new Willie Nelson.
And a lot of bands are selfish because they only make so much per show, right? And they got to split it up with who's there. Yeah. So that's the 4-piece bands, the 3-piece bands. Those are the money makers, right? You're splitting it between 3 guys. He doesn't give a shit. He wants to put on a badass show. He's got 15, 20. He's got a backup singer that, she was wearing a Mickey Mouse coat, sang a few notes here and there. She's going to get a cut of that show. Great. Yeah. The parts she sings are well warranted. You know what I mean? She never got up there and did a solo that I remember.
The choreography and the tightness and the knitness of that band. They're so, dude, when they do Merle Haggard songs, those songs are difficult.
Oh, God.
Difficult. And they tear, like Misery and Gin, that's one of the hardest. I've heard that's a really, really hard country song to do. And they just light it up.
I love
But
that
anyway,
song.
I agree 100%. Jamie has to have one of the most selfless attitudes in life of like, look, I could probably, because I've seen Jamie with just a guitar.
Cut
just
down,
him.
yeah.
And he'll sell out that same theater with just him. But he goes in there because he understands the history, the culture of that band, of that steel guitars. He's got cowboy on the steel, and he's got the drums, and he's got
three horn players.
Horn players. He gets it because Merle Haggard had horn players. Yep. Waylon had horns sometimes. So he gets that he's paying homage to what country music really was. You'll never hear Jamie Johnson talk shit about another musician. He won't. He won't be like, oh, this bro country. He just don't do it. Yeah. He won't do it because what? He don't care. He's the best.
He's the king, yeah.
He's the best. People could say, no, dude, Aldean, and I love Aldean. Or you could say, oh, Luke Bryan. Luke Bryan could sing a country song, but he ain't country that to me much anymore. You could say that Chris Stapleton's the best voice. He's unreal. He's a hammer. But Jamie Johnson's right there with him, I promise you. Now with songwriting, Jamie Johnson's songwriting is unfreaking real. Mm-hmm. I will put that Lonesome Song album, song to song, up against any country album of all time.
Yep.
There are some other ones. Hank Jr.'s got some albums that will blow your mind. But I put Jamie Johnson on my Mount Rushmore of country singers.
I love that he's up there. No cowboy hat, no sparkly jeans, no none of that shit, dude.
Dude,
he's more like a biker truck driver. He's like his old school country, dude.
He's just badass.
Yeah, he really is.
And his music, though, man, when they light it up, they're so polished. I saw him the night before that in Vegas. Yeah. And you talk about intimate. It was intimate. I was like literally 8 feet from Jamie while I was singing. And I was like, God, would you give anything to be able to do that, to deliver that song?
Does your mind ever wander off if he was going to call you out on stage and ask you just to sing a couple notes with him?
No, it wanders the other way of like, why are you standing so close to me?
Can we get him to back up a couple of feet?
Hey, security, can you get this weird?
Hey, Wally, just back a few feet. You know what was funny, dude? Whatever. But so their sound guy, he's doing all the sound, and obviously he's monitoring 13 different channels or whatever, however many people up there. And I think he had to go take a leak, and Wally stood in for him, on the freaking boards and all that stuff. But the dude ran. Like you were talking about the tightness, and like that's a committed, he's a member of the band in a way. Dude, that's commitment, right? He doesn't think he's better than anybody else. He runs to the bathroom, he runs right back out, gets back on the board. It's pretty cool, man.
Wally wrote Between Jennings and Jones.
Really?
Yeah, which is one of my favorite Jamie Johnson songs. That song, you know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Wally wrote that with Jamie. That's a badass song.
Yeah.
And I love how Jamie puts that new line about God in the end of it now instead of the record store. But yeah, what a great night. But yeah, back to what you're doing. You hung up a Grinch. Do you have
Grinch is on the roof?
Do you have decorations inside?
Yeah, got some stuff inside.
Does your bulldog wear a little Christmas vest?
He has 2 of them. Yeah.
With reindeer horns? Please tell me no.
No. I wish. He has. He hates them though. He doesn't want to wear that stuff, but he does have a couple of them. But you know what you touched on something that I hate a little bit about the holidays, and that is the hustle and bustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why you got to pump the brakes and hit the slow down button.
Yeah, dude.
I don't like going to the mall. I'm not into that part of it. I didn't say that.
No. But even like the, like, I don't know. You want to have some people over here, but you got to go to your mom's house, and maybe you got to stop by Clint's house. You know what I mean? Like, I hate all that running around. That I love it when I get there, but I hate the hustle of getting there, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot going on that you like when Chevy Chase and everyone's just kind of hanging out at his house and it's slowed down, and that's when I think he's like enjoying it the most, kind of in between dinner and shit before the cat blows up. Like, that's the part of like
the best is probably when they leave him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just by himself.
Oh, when he's in the attic?
Nostalgia.
Dude, that's
which is hilarious. And
yeah.
Ray Charles singing. Oh.
When he puts all his grandma's clothes on, he's got that turban on.
And that's another part of the movie that, like, did they really
didn't need it?
Yeah, like, 3 boards have to hit him in the face? Yeah. I'm not picking apart the movie, which I guess I kind of am, but, like, that scene by itself, just dressing up in them clothes was hilarious.
I know. And just like the little tear, and then he falls through the thing. Like, that's all that scene really needed, but I guess.
But I was watching it the other night, and the guys I'm with, or the people I'm with, were like, why didn't you just crawl out of that hole? Why didn't you just crawl out of that hole and like get up and then go in head first and like slim me off that bunk bed?
Why don't the girls on Friday the 13th just sprint the entire time, dude? They definitely get away from
why
Jason.
Do they go to where Jason is? You know, or why does Freddy Krueger always? But that's the thing, is that I know it's a movie, but like there were certain parts like the sled, the sledding, and that the boards hitting him in the face. That part of the finding old presents that they forgot up there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of meaning in a lot of that stuff.
When
dude.
he falls through the sheetrock onto the bunk bed, dude.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty funny.
And he just stands there.
Yeah, he just
stands there.
You know how many people have fallen through the sheetrock in their attic, dude?
He saws off the knob on the top of the staircase.
Fix the old null post. Dude, how about that? Elaine is the neighbor and she's terrible.
How did this water get in here?
Yeah, I don't know, Margot. He says, I'm going to pour a glass of wine. I'm going to kiss every inch of your body after a shower. Of course. They're like the worst people in the world, dude.
The worst, huh? They are. But that whole movie from beginning to end, it has a lot of just a cool symbolism and meaning in it of, you know, and I know that like in Elf, the whole deal is about spirit. His dad's on the naughty list and he's going to New York or Chicago or wherever he goes, New York, to bring spirit back into his dad's life. It's a cool story. And I guess my brothers were telling me that they've offered Will Ferrell big money to do part 2. And he said no to play Buddy the Elf because he said that movie was perfect. It is a good movie. And he says you just can't make it any better. It's funny and he says, I don't want to ruin it, which that's cool because a lot of movies get ruined.
Yeah.
by doing too much or too many repeats.
Like the Vacations pretty much all stand on their own, but the Vegas one is kind of lame. Like
so the European one's okay.
Yeah. It has some funny stuff in it too.
But the Vegas one, that was kind of when they jumped the shark.
Yeah.
What about Hangover? Like, first one, insane. Thailand, insane. People don't like 3. I love 3. I laughed my ass off on part 3.
I like 3 too, man. The first 2 though are, I don't know if we can talk about it here, but the scene when they're in that Thai strip club.
Oh God, no, we can't talk about that on here. That movie pushed
every envelope, dude.
Is there another? Police Academy had like 6 or 7 comedy in a what do you call that? A catalog or a
series?
No, what's a baseball team called?
Oh, Dynasty?
No, what's the word I'm looking for? Now it's totally leaving me. What is that called when you have 3 or 4 movies in a
lineup?
No.
Now you screwed me up with baseball.
I'm screwed up too. It is a baseball term. Campaign? No, not Campaign, which is a good movie with Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All of the movies put together. What is that called?
I don't know.
You can call it a catalog, but there's a term that is when you take all 6 movies together. Yeah, look it up.
Maybe I'm going to look it up while you finish.
If you find this, that'll be pretty legit. You can take all 6 movies and put them together in Police Academy, and they call it oh man, I'm an idiot. But anyway, you have a trilogy with
3, right?
With Hangover, right? What other movies in comedy have been able to do that on trilogy or on 3 and keep it that funny? Godfather did it with 3, which a lot of people say 3 wasn't that good. I love it. You finding it what you call when you have a series of something?
They're just calling it a series, a saga. I don't know.
I don't even know if I can remember the word I'm thinking of. Anyway, I don't know. Like to do what they did with Hangover, I think is challenging to keep people's attention.
It's almost impossible.
With that, to keep it like there was trilogies when Die Hard, action stuff.
Yeah, remember back in like Van Damme, they weren't all the same, but they were all pretty much the same, you know? But
yeah, but I'm talking about like the same title. Like I think it's hard to do that in comedy.
I think the Rockies do it, right? When did Rocky lose it?
I don't know, dude. Rocky 1 was award winning. Yeah. Rocky 2 was amazing. 3 was his biggest one with Hulk Hogan and Mr. T.
Right.
And then 4 was Dolph Lundgren in Russia,
which I still think was good.
Oh, amazing. 5.
I think I was going to say
Tommy Morrison.
I think 5 might have been where they lost it.
5 and 6, I think they started going away from the authentic or like the because now you're probably trying to get the people that watch the original ones that were unreal, that age group or that generation, and they're kind of like, it's a little. It's not Rocky anymore.
Yeah,
he's too old. He's not Rocky Balboa bouncer. Like when he went to Russia and did that training with Dolph Lundgren, like that was badass.
That's
after
the best
Dolph
scene
killed
in that
Apollo
movie.
Creed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's amazing, amazing. But that's I think after 4. But I heard that these other ones called Creed are awesome. I haven't seen them.
I saw the first one. It was pretty good.
He was up for the Oscar.
Yeah.
In one of those Creed movies.
It was not, I guess, sad sad. It was good, man. I left Creed thinking it was good. I never saw the second one. There's two of them, right, or something like that.
I think there's two. I'm not a big movie watcher much anymore, dude.
I watch none of the new stuff.
I know
really.
we're talking about classics. I'll watch Wedding Crashers 5 times a year, guaranteed.
I just watched it the other day.
Hilarious, right?
Watched Step Brothers the other day.
We've talked about that on here. It's the funniest movie ever made, in my opinion. All around funniest movie ever made. It blows Step Brothers out of the water.
Oh,
Hangover's
easy.
great. Superbad's insanely funny.
Oh yeah. He. I just heard an interview with him, and I watched Wolf of Wall Street the other day. But what is he?
Oh my god, I love that movie.
What is he? He's doing something it's way out of his.
Leonardo?
No,
Viz?
Seth.
Oh, Seth. Yeah, he's in Wolf of Wall Street. He's the heroin again.
Yeah, but he's getting ready to do a movie that just seemed strange to me that he was doing it. I can't remember what it is now.
Seth, what's his name? It's not Seth Rogen.
No.
You're talking about the guy that was in Superbad?
Yeah,
What is his name called? Dude, we're off today. Don't look it up.
I have to.
No. Is his name Seth? No,
Isn't
his
it?
name's Seth in the movie.
Seth in the movie. That's why I'm
That's
screwed
because
up.
it's about Seth Rogen.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Yeah, that movie's about Seth Rogen.
Yeah. I guess Seth Rogen's in it too, but
Jonah Hill new movie. The Batman. 2022. Is that the one you're talking about?
no, it's a different one, dude.
Really? He's in The Batman. Don't Look Up. Leonardo DiCaprio. Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill, Don't Look Up, is the new one I see in here with Leonardo. Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy are doing a Netflix movie. Maybe.
I just heard it on something the other day, and it didn't fit like his character, and that's what they were kind of talking about, that it doesn't fit his character. But we could go on another tangent about him, Wolf of Wall Street, and that character.
Oh, so freaking good, dude. That whole movie.
It's so good, dude.
Oh,
That dude comes, the real Wolf of Wall Street. What the heck's his name? We're way off. We can't think of that guy.
I don't know. I never knew his name really.
Oh, he's got a house in Tahoe. He comes here quite a bit.
He's out of prison?
Yeah, he didn't do very much time.
You know, it's another great Leonardo movie is The Departed.
Oh my God, it's one of the best.
So good.
The scene when him and Wahlberg are going at it in the cop lounge,
Yeah.
dude.
I want to see that again. We need to watch that. We need to start doing Soprano Sunday and then turn it into like The Godfathers and The Departeds and Heat.
That's another great catalog of movies, The Godfathers.
All three of them. I just said that, Il Padrino.
I guess that's trilogy.
Did you see my signed bottles of wine by Francis Ford Coppola? They're in the house.
I was going to say, you're looking behind me. I haven't seen anything back here.
I was looking at Leith Lofton ripping on that guitar right there.
You were looking
but
at that
Christmas
single
movies,
barrel.
we're in agreement that Christmas Vacation is number one.
There's no question.
I agree. That's my stance.
I do watch The Story though every year too, because I
love
think
it.
I think it's great.
Fragile.
But it's not like a funny. I think it's just more of a tradition movie.
It stands the test of time though.
Oh, dude, they do the 24-hour marathon on TBS
So does
still.
Frosty the Snowman cartoon and Charlie Brown Christmas.
24-hour thing?
Have you ever seen The Grinch? I've never seen The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Really?
I like the cartoon Grinch
Not
too.
a big fan of Jim Carrey, but maybe back then I was when he was in Living Color and Dumb and Dumber and Liar Liar,
Grinch is good.
Dumb and Dumber. The Grinch is good. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of predictable though. He probably gets turned the other way with Spirit at the end.
It's just a remake of the cartoon really. But it's still pretty good. He does his overacting deal in it a lot, which is his deal. At least was, not anymore, right?
Have you seen these houses that do these huge lights and music experiences? There's one right down here. You ought to see it. It is, you turn to a radio station.
Oh, and it plays music that goes along with it?
It's unfreaking real.
I just saw one on...
It's got to be 3 weeks to set these lights up.
That's what, like I said, man, I put my lights up and then I got to have them down like a week later or you're considered a redneck and it just wasn't worth it for me. I can't even believe the guys that put
I love having them up, though. You got to have them up. You got to be festive,
I got
man.
the Grinch up there.
Is it wrong to be festive though? Do you like look at people and be like, "Oh, you idiot!" Like with all them lights?
I love it, dude.
This one guy down the street's got an airplane with Snoopy in it and freaking got all this shit going. It's awesome,
dude. There's a neighborhood.
But think about when we were kids. We wanted to go and see that stuff and drive around. We go to Hidden Valley all the time and look at it. I want that for our kids. I want them to drive around and see cool stuff. You know,
right by my house, Candy Cane Court they call it. That's not what it is, but the whole cul-de-sac. It's like 3 houses and then a cul-de-sac. So whatever, 6, 8, 10 houses. And at the very back of it, they have a drum for canned food, but every single house is like over the top. And they invite people to drive through, but they want you to drop a can of food in the bucket when you go by for the food bank. But it's legit, dude. They call it Candy Cane Lane, and every house is like Griswold's. Not as good as Griswold's, but they're all done up.
Well, Griswold's wasn't that good. It was ugly as shit.
It was.
What about when the ladder falls down?
But a lot.
What about when the ladder falls down?
I love it.
And he just looks at the camera like, dude, I meant to do that.
When he kicks Santa Claus off that sleigh,
dude. Oh, my God, dude. Just loses it. Absolutely loses it. The squirrel wasn't far-fetched to me because of where they got the tree.
Right.
So that was funny to me. The lot of sap when he's pulling the pages out of the magazine and the lampshade. He grabs her hair.
Those little things are what people just... I don't know if they just glaze over them. They don't do that
in movies anymore.
Oh, my God. I laugh so hard at that.
It's so funny because it brings back what the original joke was.
Right.
Pretty full. A lot of sap.
A lot of sap.
A lot of sap. And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop there, right? It's like, and then the whole deal with the story of how he can't stand that Cousin Eddie's there. Like drives him nuts that or don't go falling in love with it, Clark. It's leaving with us here next month. Like that, he despises his brother-in-law. But then his brother-in-law is the one that goes and makes everything happen for their bonus.
Right.
Like that's a cool story that his brother-in-law is kind of blinded by the fact that he's so despised because whether it's the position he's put his family in, the way that his kids are, the just how pretty like gross he is, right? But Randy Quaid's a whack job, by the way. But anyway, he played that part perfect. But I like how it comes full circle to where he goes, drive you out in the desert, kill you, leave you for dead, you know? And then he's the one that brings the boss back to the house, and the boss is like, I can't press charges. These guys are right.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same theme in Elf. It's kind of the same theme in The Grinch. Like
Christmas spirit.
You're bringing spirit, right? And that's where the thesis of this talk was, or the theme of this talk was for me, is that I don't want to lose that spirit. I don't want to lose the love of things that got us to where we are. And Christmas was a big part of that. We load up in Dad's car, and Dad took the time with Mom to drive us around to look at all those lights.
Yeah.
And to get excited. Open a present on Christmas Eve. Leave Santa cookie and milk.
Yeah.
Now, dude, kids know there's no such thing as Santa by like 5 years old because of the internet, you know? It's not even the same.
Dude, did your parents make you go to bed super early on Christmas Eve?
Oh, yeah, and piss you off. After we got back from church. A lot of times, no, because we had midnight mass.
Oh, you'd go to midnight mass?
And then come home and just be so just jacked up, man. Like, when are we waking up? I remember 1982 or 83, I got Michael Jackson Thriller and all these like soft-sided folders for third grade, fourth grade, whatever I was in. And I remember Christmases so vividly. Chocolate chip cookies, the turkey, the hams, the wild game, snow on the ground, icicles. Like, it's the best time of year.
Do kids even sled anymore? Like, do you remember sledding when we were kids? Like
getting pulled behind my dad's truck. Like, I don't know if it was legal.
Right.
Like, you couldn't do that shit anymore that we did.
It would snow like a quarter of an inch, dude, and we'd be out there trying to jump a sled on something.
Oh yeah.
I don't think kids even play outside anymore.
No. I mean, I've never really got into snowmobiling, but I love I've never been a snow skier or a snowmobiler, but I love sledding and I love being in the mountains in the snow.
You snowmobiled with Brian from Federal, didn't you?
A couple. I mean, I've done it. I've never gotten into it. I enjoy it.
Did you enjoy it? Yeah.
I don't know. It's
cold.
I like to go kill a big animal on a snowmobile. I think that'd be cool to go across the glacier after a polar bear or something.
maybe hunt a human, you know, like the real game.
The real.
I don't know what a quail even looks like.
I don't even know what a quail even looks like. Yeah, freaking Bradley Cooper and Wedding Crashers. God, we could break that movie down again.
Maybe we should just break down movies nonstop on here.
Siskel and Ebert style, give them a thumb up or thumb down.
Between the two of us, I bet we've seen 4,000 movies.
And I remember a lot about a lot of them. A lot of them.
I do remember a lot. The good stuff.
But Christmas spirit is important. I want to keep it alive. Like, you can get lazy. And you can look at it through your own eyes of like, I don't want to decorate. Just got to take it down. Oh, I don't want M&Ms. I mean, red and green M&Ms. Holy shit, that's the best thing in the world to see a dish of those things. Oh, yeah. I don't want to like get diabetes, but I want to eat some red and green M&Ms at Christmas time.
Oh yeah.
So maybe even some peanut M&Ms. I want
hot buttered rums.
Yeah, hot buttered rums.
I want eggnog.
Oh my gosh, I want it all. I'm gonna have one tonight.
Oh yeah.
But that I don't want to lose that. And I think a lot of it has to do with kids. When Alyssa brings that spirit back in me when I see how giddy she gets. Like the other day, I very easily could have just sat on my couch and watched her decorate the tree. I was up, freaking fired up, lining tinsel, wrapping lights, putting all these new. She goes out and like throws all my ornaments away, and she says, "They're done, Dad. We're not putting them purple things up here anymore." Boom, we got new ornaments. She's all proud of them. We got all of our custom, family heirloom ornaments on there, and I don't want to lose it.
No.
You want to see it through a kid's eyes, like how important it is. And not, you could take the religious part of it and it being Jesus' birthday and all of that stuff, but I don't want to lose the spirit of it. You can be spiritual and you don't have to be over the top religious. I don't like to bring religion into a lot of things. I believe in God. I'm a baptized Catholic. I understand all of it, but I don't like to bring it into a lot of things. So I like to talk about spirituality and being spiritual and having a relationship with the man upstairs, but also understanding that there's a lot that goes into this holiday that has a lot to do with just the absolute spirit. I'm not going to sit there and go, you have to base every single Christmas belief on religion. I just can't be that guy.
No.
So I don't want to lose my spirit over it. I see Alyssa and Chase and these kids get so giddy over it. Like, how could you? I don't want to lose that. You quit getting presents at some point in your life.
Oh, 100%.
I don't need another gift.
No.
I want to give as many as I can. But I also don't want to commercialize it to where it's just like, hey, Merry Christmas, here's a gift card.
Right.
Like I talked to you before this podcast about getting some gift cards at your place because I want to be able to help out where I feel like I'm helping out, or be able to give gifts or give to the homeless or give to the feed, the feed lines and the food lines that are out there of the needy. There's a lot of things that you can look at what Christmas means. I don't want to lose that spirit of any of that.
No.
It's about family. It's about friends. It's about parties. It's about giving to the homeless, giving to the needy, giving to the hungry, giving to kids and orphans and all this stuff. There's a ton to do.
Yeah, the Christmas morning when you get older has less of a meaning. It's all the leading up to, and the dinner and, party, like you said, parties and hanging out with all your friends and family and stuff. And like the gift part of, I mean, like you said, at some point it goes away and
unless
the fun.
Unless it's the gift that keeps on giving all year round, Clark.
It's a Jam of the Month Club.
Jelly of the Month Club. It is though. I'm telling you, it's all this time right now. Yeah. Without the hustle and bustle, I could care less if I ever go into a mall again. Now look, that's not Christmas to me. No. I like the snowman. I like the idea of going and sitting on Santa's lap when you were a kid. And if I have grandkids someday, maybe that happens. But I might just dress up like Santa myself and let them sit on my lap. I don't like that hustle and bustle of a mall, the parking lot. You know the other thing that pisses me off? I want to freaking hurt these criminals that center in on this time of year, that know how vulnerable people are, that might have a back seat full of gifts from, you don't put it in your trunk. And Can you imagine? Can you imagine that you'd have the goal to steal from somebody on a holiday time, any time of the year for that fact? But they center in on these times.
Oh yeah.
You know what else they center in on? I'm finding out is like weddings. Like when they see weddings like being announced, they know that people aren't going to be home at that time.
Yeah.
I want to hurt them. Like it's crazy to me.
Which brings up we forgot to talk about Bad Santa.
Oh my gosh, Billy Bob.
What a
I'm
great
watching
movie
that tonight.
is,
and part 2.
Oh, they're both.
Part 2's got what's her name in it from Misery, which Misery's got the same actor as Elf and James Caan.
Yeah.
And then it's got Kathy Bates, who's in Bad Santa Part 2. She's also in The Waterboy.
Yep.
That foosball.
God, that's a good movie.
Waterboy is a great movie, but Bad Santa, Part 1 and Part 2, partying naked. You want a sandwich, Santa? Can I get you a sandwich?
The funniest, not that the whole movie wasn't funny, but when he walks by with that shirt on that says "shit happens when you party naked."
Oh my God!
Does
he ride his bike away at the end?
Or ride his bike, whatever he's doing. But you see that shirt, and it's like, oh my God, dude.
I'm looking one thing up.
Are you turkey or ham or what for Christmas dinner?
Ooh, you know what I love? This is I like turkey, but dark meat on mashed potatoes with brown gravy with Cranberry. I gotta, like, I'm not saying that I gotta have the mashed potatoes and the turkey all mixed, but like when you make pot pies after Thanksgiving or Christmas, love that. But I am a cranberry turkey dude. I love a good ham if it's done right. If it's still got a lot of moisture to it and it's got juiciness to it, I love a good ham. But a lot of people dry ham out.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. And a lot of people dry turkey out.
Yeah.
A lot of people mess turkey up bad.
We've been doing prime ribs the last few years.
We're doing
like
prime
that.
rib this year for Christmas.
Are you?
8 bone
On the Treg?
tray, of course. I did one last year. It turned out amazing.
That's
American Almond Beef, dude. Get them at AmericanAlmondBeef.com. You should be buying one from American Almond Beef.
They have prime ribs on there?
Heck yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I looked on there the other day. I
We're
didn't
probably
see one.
sold out.
Oh, is it?
I bought them. I mean, me
Yeah.
and Rocky bought them.
Yeah.
I know Dan Henderson just bought an 8 bone.
Did he?
Yeah. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're freaking so good, dude.
No,
That American
they're
Almond
cheap.
Beef is so good.
Nothing's
Breaking
cheap
it down.
anymore.
No, nothing's cheap anymore. It's only $3.99. I think I went on to watch Christmas Vacation on my Apple TV, and it came right on, meaning that I bought it probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just there for you. It's the best.
I definitely own it on DVD. I hope it's on Netflix.
I have
or
it on
something.
Blu-ray, DVD. I know I have it on VHS somewhere.
Yeah.
Wonder if I have it on Beta. When it was Beta, yeah, Beta. That's probably right when Beta was going out.
I don't
Late
think you have
80s.
a Beta player anymore, do you?
No. Part of me wants to have all that though. I
Yeah.
want that vintage,
The grainy.
that room in me that's got the Atari and the Intellivision and the Beta and the VHS and Pong. Remember playing Pong?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was like my drugs. I never smoked cigarettes or did any of that stuff growing up or in high school or anything. It was always just athletics and then athletic games like Tecmo Bowl on the Intellivision. Bo Jackson, number 34 on the Raiders. I'd run it like right up there. You know what?
Oh, every time you just run him right up the middle.
We didn't get to play him a lot, but when we did, it was Tecmo Bowl, Pong, and Frogger,
Frogger was awesome.
and Pitfall.
Remember Oregon
Remember
Trail?
swinging from the ropes and Pitfall?
Oregon Trail on the computer, the first computer systems was freaking awesome.
I don't
dude.
think I ever played Oregon Trail.
No?
Was it like Pitfall where you're like looking for a treasure?
No, you like were trying to survive the Oregon Trail, dude. So you could shoot like a buffalo to feed your. It was kind of like a situational game where like the decisions you made affected like what happened to you.
Like Big Game Hunter?
Kind of, yeah. But they'd like, do you want to drive your wagon across the river, or do you want to float it on a boat? And if you choose the wrong one, it would sink, and your whole family would die or whatever. You know, like yeah, it was cool.
Badass. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big video game guy anymore at all, and I try to keep Alyssa off of them as much as I can. But they serve their purpose in some way. But as far as like growing up, I wish I had a room with that nostalgia in it, because that was just like, it's not hoarding. I want like a room that showcases that kind of stuff, like I do in some of the rooms in the house.
Yeah.
Like I want a room that was like, you could actually go play this in television right now. You know, you're having a party and you got guys
You
our
play
age.
Pong, dude, with that special
Yeah, go
freaking
get
controller.
the Pong, or go get the original Super Mario on the original Nintendo, or
Mike
the Atari.
Tyson's Punch-Out,
Mike
dude.
Tyson's Punch Out, and Bald Bull and Joe Flamenco and all in the Sandman and all that. But anyway, that's Breaking It Down. Chad and Alex, This Life Ain't for Everybody podcast. Continue to support the partners that support us. Thank you, Jack Daniels, and you guys heard about it here. The Jack Links. You have to understand the Jack Links Cup, the first annual, February 15th through the 20th, 2022, Okeechobee, Florida, hosted by, and you'll be shooting at the Quail Creek Sporting Ranch. $150,000 in total prize money guaranteed. Again, register online right now at www.scorechaser.com. I'm telling you, dude, that high overall is a lot. Go test your shooting skills. We're going to get Ricky Henderson to get out there to Florida. Thank you for joining us on this episode of This Life Ain't for Everybody. Breaking It Down with Chad and Alex. We'll be back at you with another episode. In the meantime, I wonder if we could find a Christmas song. Hey Jake, try to find one of these Christmas songs, either Ray Charles or the one that opens up Christmas Vacation. That's what we're going out of this episode with.
Special time of year.
Yeah, special time of year. Find that song, please, Jake, and take us out with that. Y'all be good.